All right, what is going on, everybody? We are here in the After Review studios. I am your host, Pete. Joining me, as always, for our weekly college betting show, Backyard Bookies, Scott. We are into November, and we are certified almost the worst betting show in the universe. I did have a winning week last week. You, not so much. How you feeling, my guy?
Yeah, you can blame Mississippi State for that.
Bastards.
Big lead going into the third, and just completely lack of a better phrase, shit down their leg overtime, and then Texas ends up winning. I mean, that was my upset. I don't really know what to say. I got the one under, and then two absolute blowouts on the other ones. Wisconsin, I don't think they even know how to play football over there. So, I'm sorry, Minnesota.
That was funny. That was actually comically bad. How funny that was.
I thought taking a few points in that game would, hopefully keep it close, but that was like a 44-0 game or something like that. So I don't know, man. Just trying hard out here. I don't think anyone's taking my picks. They probably shouldn't anyway, but I don't know. We're gonna rip some hot sauce for the program later on. So as deservingly so we'll
yeah, we definitely picked the right year to be ripping hot sauce because we are just so bad this year. Mississippi State, terrible. Refs did bail out Texas a little bit with that roughing the passer penalty, as per usual, as things go. But alas, it's a new week. It's a new month. It's the final month of the regular season in college football. Everything to play for everybody out there. What is your first pick for week 10?
So far this year, SMU has been absolutely atrocious against the spread. I think last two finally they've covered, I believe. Actually, they did not cover against Wake Forest, 13-12 last game. But the two before that, Clemson, they end up winning that game. Stanford, they end up winning that game. They're playing Miami this week. Kind of a scary one. But I have just noticed the line is going more towards looks like Miami in this case. Actually, no, SMU. I got it at 12.5. It's now down to 10.5. Two out of three, so 67%. 2/3 of the people are on SMU as well. Head to head, there's really nothing, so there's nothing to go off of there. But Miami just beat up on Stanford last week. Obviously that Louisville game where they had the ball going down the field, and Carson Beck gets a tip and throws the interception. That's a tough one, but I think SMU is good enough to keep it relatively close. 11 a.m. game. I don't know. 12.5 seems like it can get done. Maybe Miami wins by a touchdown. A little worried about the SMU defense. They're not very good, as they normally are. Nor against the spread. It hasn't been looking very good this year. So, defensive rank, passing yards, 135th in the nation. That's not good for Carson Beck. So that is good for Carson Beck. I take that back. We'll just see if it keeps it close. I've been great on my honorable mentions this year, so maybe I should have kept this as an honorable mention, but we did not do that. The other looks like 6 or 7 games I have will probably all win, but
naturally, that's why they're on.
Yeah, listen to that later. This game probably won't win, but we're going to take the points with SMU. I got it at 12.5, now down 10.5, so
good vibes for you.
Be cautious there, but yeah, we'll just take the points and see if SMU can pull an upset.
This is going to be a weird one. 11 a.m. local kick, right? They're in SMU, I think. Neither team has fans. Like, Miami fans don't show up to their own home games, so I can't imagine they're going to show up to this game, and SMU fans aren't going to show up. There might be like 7 people watching this game. That bodes well for keeping it close, baby. No juice either way on that one. It does worry me. Jennings is kind of bad at quarterback. He's been pretty bad lately, so spooky, but I like kind of maybe a Zag. We're going to Zag here. The vibes would tell you go the other way.
I've been zigging a little bit. We're going to go with the Zag on this one, and you would think Miami's the obvious pick, so
go with the fade the public, because actually I don't know what the public's been doing in college, but in the NFL the public's been getting absolutely blasted. For me, this is the big game of the weekend. First up for me, big game of the weekend, or at least it was supposed to be. Penn State at Ohio State this weekend. Both teams coming off a bye in this one. The Ohio State Buckeyes, there was a lot of talk this week. Who has Ohio State actually played? I also asked the question, what is Ohio State's resume? Yeah, they've beat up on some bad teams. Their Texas win, I'm not going to call it a one-score win. They dominated that game, but that's their best win. Illinois, maybe, who's whatever. They haven't played any good offenses. Their defense is beating people up. And in comes Penn State, who sucks. They are terrible. They fired their head coach. Their quarterback broke his ankle. He's done for the season. So the offense is atrocious. Defense is okay, but they have been playing bad, and they've been playing bad lately. I think Ohio State's going to be a little extra motivated this weekend with the talk that they had going around. They're going to have to go out and make a statement. They've covered 4 in a row, 2 of them by 20 plus. The number is fantastic. It's at 20.5 right now, so just under 3 touchdowns. I think Ohio State picks their number, shuts out Penn State. I expect a goose egg from them, and I think Ohio State hangs 35-42, something like that. They want to go out and make a statement. Everybody knows Penn State's bad, but there's been a lot of talk this week, and the Ohio State Buckeye fans, they're starting to downgrade Indiana and A&M, so I know they're actually feeling the heat. When they start shit-talking the other schools about who they've played and what they've done, they're starting to feel a little bit. So I expect the Buckeyes to come out, look big, and beat up on a bad Penn State team.
Penn State had their first win against the spread 2 weeks ago. I guess they had a bye week last week, but couldn't beat Iowa. They were at Iowa, couldn't beat them. But yeah, they're terrible against the spread to begin with. Ohio State, I believe, is 6-1 against the spread. So good team to pick against the spread here. And Ohio State didn't cover against Ohio, but that was 3 points, whatever. I think they were there for the win, get out of there. It was a 28.5 point spread there. So what are you going to do? Ohio State's shown they're dominant. Probably one of maybe 4 or 5 teams, probably very much the one that can win the national championship. Throw a few others in there, maybe Indiana, A&M, Notre Dame, maybe can even run the table. We'll see. But I like the pick. I mean, you're getting 3 touchdown wins it for you. It's at the shoe. It's an early game. Penn State, no quarterback, no head coach. Going to be a tough one to win a game in the shoe. So
I just laughed. The Penn State fans. I saw somebody talking. Hey, the defense could win it for us. Like, Julian Sands gonna light your ass up this weekend, which I'm very excited to see. All right, what is your second pick for us?
Yeah, so probably should have been the second biggest game. Where you picked should have been the first game of the best game of the weekend. This should have been the second best game. This slate kind of stinks now.
This was the weekend, guys. There was a tweet like November 1st. Don't ask me to do anything. It was supposed to be 5 ranked games this weekend. We have 1. Maybe
this was supposed to be the big weekend for football, but teams aren't really showing up the way that we thought they were. The Florida Gators is a team that hadn't showed up. I think they were in the top 20 before the season started. They're now 3-4 playing Georgia, but they are in Florida. I think that kind of helps me here. I have the total in this one. I like the over 50.5. I think Georgia scores. I think Florida also scores. This is going to be one of those, I think, SEC matchups, kind of what I've been talking about. The Tennessee games, the Arkansas games, they just kind of go back and forth a little bit. Florida, decent quarterback. Obviously, Lagway's great. But I think Jordan ends up winning. Doesn't really matter for me, but I think they both score a bunch of points here. I believe in the last few that's been the case as well. Last 3 times they have hit the over 52.5, 50, 56.5. A couple of them by way more than the number. I think it's over 10. So if it happens, Florida has scored 20 points in each of the last 3 games in 2020. So that gets you kind of halfway there. If Florida scores their 35, then that's a win. It's been 42, 43, 34. So a lot of scoring historically, but the 2 before that, well, 1 before that was an under 34-7. So we need both teams to score. I think they will. Florida's at home; they'll get a few points just on top of that. So, just hoping for an over here. 50.5 is a total.
I like this number here. This is a good one. The world's largest outdoor cocktail party, baby. The Georgia defense has not been good this year. They've had some moments like the fourth quarter against Ole Miss, but they got carved up by them. Bama kind of carved them up in the first half as well. They seem to be in a second half adjustment team, so both teams coming off a bye, I believe. So get Florida, punch early. You want Florida to put up a couple touchdowns in the first half, and then you feel good. Georgia's offense has been really solid. Gunnar Stockton, I heard a great comp, is the Baker Mayfield of college football this year. He just kind of like finds a way to win the games. I'm not talking about Baker in college. I'm talking about Baker currently in the NFL, where it's chips are down. He just makes plays with his legs, makes big time throws. Gunnar Stockton, honestly, not getting the juice he needs because they lost that stupid Bama game earlier in the year. But Georgia's got one loss. Georgia's got a clear path to the playoff. They get to play Georgia Tech. So we'll see how that one goes. So I like points in this one. Florida's defense is good, but I just don't think it's going to be good enough. Rivalry games, defense kind of gets thrown out the window if anybody can do anything on offense. Teams just score. We get into a little bit of shootouts in this one because everybody brings their A game. So I like this one. Give me points. Maybe everybody will start drinking beforehand, and maybe the defenses. It is a cocktail party after all. For my one, I'm going to head on over to the American Conference. USA all the way, baby. And I'm going to be talking about our Navy servicemen over here. The Navy midshipmen are 7-0, a real threat to be our G5 playoff contender. They're heading on over to Denton, taking on North Texas, the Mean Green, 7-1. Only lost to South Florida. The G5 spot is wide open this year. We got Memphis, we got Navy, we got San Diego State, UNLV, North Texas, South Florida might be on the outs a little bit now, but so much competition. This is a bloodbath out there. I mean, North Texas quarterback set the conference record. Meestmaker set the conference record in passing yards and school record in passing yards last week. And Navy, they don't play defense anymore. And Navy scores some freaking points, baby. 42, 32, 34, 21, 42 in their last 5. The over is a big, scary number, and I don't think you'd ever think you'd be taking this. I'm going to take the over in Navy, North Texas, 62.5. We have a monster number on the board. Neither of these teams really can play defense. Navy's defense is a little bit better than North Texas, but still not much. 31 to Air Force, 32 to FAU, 31 to Temple, 23 to Tulsa, and then UNT's defense is bad. They're just bad. They gave up 60 to South Florida, 22-38 to Army, 20 to Charlotte. Charlotte's one of the worst teams in FBS. So I expect a lot of points, bad defenses, back and forth, fun one. It is a huge monster, scary number. I'm petrified of this. Oh my God, it's already moved up like 3 points already since I wrote this down.
65.5 now.
It's moved up 3 points since last night at 10 o'clock. That's crazy. So everyone's hopping it on this one. So I'm loving this. Points in this game. It's 11 a.m. kickoff too. Should be a lot of fun. So be on the lookout. Watch that one. It's a bad weekend. This should be a fun, good game for a playoff spot potentially. If Navy wins out, they're probably going to get in. So give me the over in Navy in North Texas.
I have this game as well. Not it's an honorable mention, but I have you in North Texas with a spread 6.5. They already played a similar-ish team. They played an Armed Forces game against Army and ended up winning that game, but that was also one that was really, really close. So, they have sort of experience against this type of team. So, if Navy's going to come out and score a bunch of points too, that's huge. We know UNT has a quarterback who's going to sling it. Putting up 50 plus in the last 2, and even before that, we're always in the 30s. So. Nestamaker, one of those Vandergrift guy. I think that's where he went.
Yeah, I think that is correct.
Was the backup, and then he didn't play any quarterback his entire life until he went to UNT, which is crazy. 600 yards passing is wild. Doesn't matter what level of football you're playing. Expect points, and I kind of expect UNT to come out, and I think it'll be kind of close, but they might pull away at the end. They've had plenty of experience with Army, but like I said, close game, 45-38 in that one. So maybe the experience helps, and they keep it close, but end up covering. So
I just like that we live in a world where Navy can even get a spread. Navy can even get a total like this. Like, remember the days where it was 6-3, baby? No, offense is taking over our service academies. You love to see it. All right, what is your third pick for us?
Yeah, 3 straight overs for Navy, and for UNT, they're 6-2 with the over. So both big time over teams. So that should be a lot of fun. Third game here. This is a probably another game where we should be picking the other side, but we're not. Texas Tech and Kansas State here.
Ooh,
This was
I
kind
like
of an
this.
upset alert game to begin with. Baron Morton's a starter again, but we all know one thing can happen, and he's back on the sideline. I already forgot his name. Will fucking the
Hammond? What? Hammond?
Hammond, yeah, Hammond. Yeah, he tore his ACL. He's out for the year. Hutto kid, feel bad for him. He played really well down the street where I live, but he's out for the year now. So back to Baron Morton. He's obviously done his thing, but this one's kind of upsetty for me. I don't know. I think I got Kansas State +7 in this one. Looks like the public sort of does too. They're just on very, very on the edge, 51-49, so pretty much down the middle on this one. We watched Kansas State this year. Their quarterback, I obviously can't think of his name now, but I've said it a few times.
Avery Johnson. He's playing a lot better.
Yeah,
They were horrible. Kansas State
he's
was like the
he's
worst.
definitely played a lot better. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. He's played a lot better. His stat line's pretty good. His over under for passing is 217. So comes from playing that Iowa State game where that was
the worst game ever.
There was so terrible. A little scary. Texas Tech is 7-1 against the spread. They did the one game they did.
This is the game I had. It's the game I had.
Game, of course. That's what always happens with us. So, yeah, Kansas State's been playing well. Big win against Kansas. Then pretty big win against TCU. Kansas on the road in Lawrence is tough. And 4 straight against the spread. So, yeah, we're looking at sort of a close game here. Like I said, Baron Morton, one thing can happen, and they're going to the third string guy. So
yeah, it's a problem.
Who knows? So we're going to take the points with Kansas State here. Maybe even look to give them the upset. This is a scary one for them. In Manhattan's always tough. Afternoon game, so that's not really going to matter too much. So yeah, we do Kansas State +7 and maybe sprinkle a little +240 on Kansas State to win.
I like this one a lot. I looked at this game. I also like the over in this one. The number moved a little bit. It's 52.5. I liked it a lot. It opened at 52, I believe. I like that one a lot better. So that was going to be my honorable mention, the 52.5 over. The hook just scared me off a little bit, but I like this one. I like Kansas in a close game, or Kansas State in a close game. I say good pick here. So naturally, Tech wins this game by 30 because we both like it on this one.
Baron Morton will throw for 600 yards this week.
Yeah, Tech just doesn't feel quite as potent as they did earlier in the season, and Kansas State's been playing a lot better. I have to give them a lot of credit. I'm gonna head to the stupid ACC. We got 2 stupid ACC teams here. Actually, one of these teams isn't stupid. Shout out Haynes King, former Aggie, Georgia Tech. They are 8-0. They're heading to NC State. NC State, the Wolfpack. They're not good, man. NC State's not good. Georgia Tech, maybe not that good either. They really haven't played anybody. They've been living life on the edge over here. But 8-0 is 8-0. They're undefeated. They're playing a major conference. NC State, though, they've won 1 out of their last 5, and it was against Cam. I don't even know who Cam is. Like, freaking whoever. Jesus. I don't even know who this is. It's got a Campbell. They lost to Campbell, the Campbell Fighting Camels. Or they beat the Campbell Fighting Camels. They've lost to Pitt. They got housed by Pitt. They got housed by Notre Dame. They lost to Virginia Tech, who's one of the worst teams in Division I. They get beat up by Duke, who's like was terrible in September. It's only 5.5 points here. I don't care that they're on the road. If Georgia Tech doesn't cover this, I hope they lose the stupid football game. NC State is bad. They don't cover anything. They're awful out here. Oh, they covered 42.5 against the freaking Camels over here. Oh, other than that, they don't do shit. Georgia Tech's covered 3 in a row. They had the weird game against Wake. They didn't cover 24.5 against Temple. They won by 21. So I ain't worried about it. I think Georgia Tech is just a better football team. They'll find a way to win this game by a touchdown, and that's more than enough for me to cover this one. So give me Georgia Tech -5.5.
So are you saying you didn't have the Campbell Fighting Campbells?
I did
Campbell
not have the
you
fighting
didn't have them?
camels out there. I did not have
Okay.
them. I should
I
have
think most
known.
people were on the camel side, but
Well, NC the wolf pack covered, baby. A wolf
they
would eat
did.
a camel.
They got the job done against the camel, so good for them. Yeah, 5.5 is a kind of a weird number here. I don't know. Like you said, NC State's 4-4, pretty terrible against the spread so far. I definitely have been seeing a lot of upset alert for Georgia Tech in this one. It's kind of weird. This is kind of a spooky game for me. I did not pick it because I just it felt
Good,
very
lose.
very
I hope they
Halloween
lose.
spooky to me.
I hope they lose
Um,
if they don't cover this stupid spread.
yeah, I would think. I mean, it's just so weird. It's only 5.5, and NC State has been pretty terrible lately. They
Hey,
4 of their last
Haynes
5
is
games,
healthy. He's not
right?
hurt. Haynes King is healthy,
No,
so they're gonna play. He's
exactly.
gonna
I
be
mean,
fine.
Georgia Tech's been hot. I mean, 3 straight against the spread, they're winning.
They got
I don't
everything
know.
to play for. They have to win. They're gonna go to the ACC championship game. The Georgia game's not gonna count. It's a free game for them.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of a spooky line here. So I would stay away from it just because. I mean, the obvious ones are the ones you go against typically for me. And I have no faith in NC State to cover, so I'm just going to completely stay away from it. But yeah, Georgia Tech should win, should cover, should do everything right in this game. Only thing is NC State's at home. That might matter. That might not. Um, yeah, Georgia Tech should get the job done. They should.
It should is a big key word. All right, give us your honorable mentions for this week.
All right, I'm gonna do my honorable mentions, and I'll get the my little saltine ready. I got Duke plus 2.5 at Clemson. Little scary one, just because I think Klubnik might be playing. We'll see about that, but I do like the Dukies at Clemson. Vandy plus 2.5 at Texas. I don't understand why this one is. I think you just take this one and assume Vandy's going to cover this one. I don't, or just even went outright. I don't.
Arch Manning's back. He's back. He beat Mississippi State. That's a juggernaut team that he beat in overtime. Huge comeback.
He's got a brain injury. I don't think he's back.
Yeah, he's back.
He's questionable, but I'm sorry, not doing it. Like I said, UNT minus 6.5 against Navy. Talked about that one already. Rutgers, Illinois. I like the under 62.5. It's one of those Big Ten matchups, but both teams can score. They're not a normal Minnesota, Iowa, Purdue, one of those Big Ten teams. So they can score. So 62.5 is kind of crazy, but I'll take the under in that one. Indiana, I like the cover 21.5. I think you're dumb if you take Maryland. You're going to feel dumb about it at least. Wazoo at Oregon State. Oregon State doesn't have a coach anymore. We'll take Washington State minus 3.5. Pretty sure Oregon State's covered one game all year. They're pretty horrendous. And then going back to Salt Lake City, Utah minus 10 at against Cincinnati. They're at home. Utah's at home again. Night game. Run it back again. This is the must game. So blackout in Salt Lake City. They don't lose at night unless they play Oregon. The team when I pick them to win, they do lose. But yeah, Utah minus 10. Just kind of a no-brainer. Just pick it and hopefully you don't pick Cincinnati in this game. Utah
right,
night.
All right, I'll give you my honorable mentions as you get your saltine ready. I like Ole Miss minus 12.5 against South Carolina. I think Ole Miss is just going to score points. I also like Mississippi State plus 4.5 at Arkansas. I also like the 10 with Utah against Cincinnati. I also am loving, spicy. I like it. I like Wake Forest getting 10 at Florida State. Florida State's bad, man. They're not going to cover 10 points. They're a stupid team over there. And what was the other one? Oh, and I like SDSU minus 10.5 against Wyoming. SDSU, another G5 team that's on the prowl. So I think that's going to be a nice win and cover for them. All right, Scott, give us your upset for week 10.
I put a lot on that one.
Oh. Oh, geez. Look it up.
You see it?
I see it.
All right.
Cheers.
Picking better games.
Ooh.
Ooh. All right.
Mm-hmm. Now it's a party, baby. It's a Thursday.
This is number 7. Ooh, man. Look at that big one. Wow. All right.
Clear out the sinuses. Oh, my man, he's dying.
Mm.
Oh.
Oh.
All right.
All right.
Who's getting upset?
This one's harder than I thought. So Minnesota killed me last week. I don't think I have a choice but to pick against them this week. Somehow they're favored at home. Michigan State's not very good. Obviously, they've lost 5 in a row, but they have covered 4 out of the last 5. They are a decent cover team so far, 4-4. 3-5 team, 4-4 against the spread, not terrible, and they've done pretty well. Against the spread. Trying to talk here. I just don't think I have any choice but to go against Minnesota here because they just absolutely killed me last week. They don't know how to score. 3 points against Iowa. They did beat Nebraska.
The most bizarre team in college. I said it last week when you picked.
You have no idea what team you're getting each week.
You just don't know.
And then did beat Purdue. Not a great team, but throttled against Ohio State. So hoping Michigan State can win. They're pretty bad in the last 5, but I think this is the time to do it. They did lose to Michigan, Indiana, UCLA, a hot UCLA team, the weird Nebraska team, and then USC. So pretty decent teams are losing too. So hopefully they can catch a little break this week. I'm going to take Michigan State, Sparty, plus 130 at Minnesota. Just hope Minnesota's scoring woes continue.
All right. I like it. 2 stupid bad teams. Hopefully we get a repeat of Minnesota. You never know what Minnesota you're going to get. Sparty is kind of whatever. They're not bad. They're not good. They hung around with Michigan for a little bit. They were clearly never going to win that game, but they hung around. They played competitive.
They hung around with USC as well. Until the very end.
I'm assuming they're playing for another trophy. There's always a trophy in the Big Ten. It's probably a Paul Bunyan trophy of some sort. I don't know. They're playing for some trophy. Who the hell knows out there? So expect them to win. I like this one. I like Michigan State here. I'm picking a game that I kind of don't like. It's 2 stupid ACC teams. I told you the ACC is going to hate me this week, unless they come through for me. Number 15, UVA, the Virginia Cavaliers, heading out west all the way to California, Berkeley. 2:45 game, though, so normal football time here. But UVA's been living life on the edge here, man. A double overtime or overtime win against Florida State. They win 3 points at Louisville, beat Wazoo by 2. They win on a safety in that game. They beat North Carolina in overtime because they go for 2 and the running back doesn't reach the ball out far enough to beat them. They are living life dangerously right now. Cal's also a stupid team. They lost to Virginia Tech last week in overtime. They should have won that game. But, they beat North Carolina. They lose to Duke. They beat Boston College. Boston College is terrible. Jaren Sagaputulele, I butchered that, but get it close enough. Is a freshman. He is a kid. He is going through some bumps, but he's a solid quarterback. I think he's going to be something nice one of these days. I think Cal, I think they're going to win this game. This feels like a game Cal wins. After throwing that Virginia Tech game away, they should have won that game. They were up double digits in that one. Virginia has been living life way too on the edge for me. This is not a great football team. This is not even a good football team, I don't think. They're not going to run the table in the ACC besides the one. I think they lost to NC State, and it wasn't an ACC game. It was like a non-conference loss. They played, it was some weird shit with that one. So they don't even have a conference loss, so they're also in the driver's seat. There's no way. There's no way Miami's not making the ACC title game. It's going to be Georgia Tech, Miami. It's not going to be Georgia Tech, Virginia. So give me Cal as the upset spot here going across the country. I don't know. I don't like it. I told you I hated my upset this week, but recap your picks and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, a lot of weird upset kind of close games this week that I don't really like either. Yeah, we'll see. Virginia going across country, that's always a weird game. But yeah, afternoon game.
Duke was kind of a vibe too. I looked at Duke pretty hard over there. Like maybe I was like, I don't trust Duke. They always let me down too. It's another stupid team.
That's kind of why I made it an honorable mention. I'm like, I don't know if I can really trust them. Yeah, we got SMU plus 12.5 versus Miami. Miami, I guess they are. I can't talk right now. Ooh, so hot. Yeah, it's at SMU, so maybe keep it close there. Florida, Georgia. over 50.5 in the rivalry there. Kansas State +7 against Texas Tech, and then upset Michigan State +130 at Minnesota.
All right. For mine, I have Ohio State versus Penn State -20.5. I got Navy and UNT over 62.5. Georgia Tech -5.5 at NC State, and Cal +180 over the Virginia Cavaliers in the upset. That's going to do it for us today, guys. If you haven't already, drop a quick like, subscribe to the channel. We got daily sports content for you guys. We'll be ripping more hot sauce in 2 weeks' time. So 2 more weeks, it'll be me and Scott ripping it again. And we're going to have something drawn up for the loser of the season, which I have a little bit of a lead now, feeling pretty good about myself. But knowing the way things have gone, Scott is ripping off a 4-0 this week to make it interesting down the stretch for us. So appreciate everybody stopping by. Enjoy your Halloween if you're watching this when this comes out. Again, like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you all next week.